I don't like when everybody gets lumped into the same box, so to speak. Like, in other words, my reason for doing what I did was my reason. Why Andrew Mayer did what he did was his reason. Why Kenzie did what he did was his reason.
Right. Y'all are all in different situations, right?
That's it. You know, there's all different colors, of crayons in a box. So whether you want to just label us all as rats, did we do it to get out of prison time? Well, I can speak for myself. No, I didn't. I didn't do it to get out of prison. I did it because it was my father's best friend that had him killed.
Right.
And that I could not stand for, and I definitely couldn't turn my back and walk away from it. So if I had to break the cycle, if I went out and killed them, that's not breaking the cycle. So if I get caught and kill them, then they beat me again. So now my son grows up without a father, and then he's going to grow up angry and go after maybe Persco's, years from, when my dad got killed.
Right.
What was that going to do? It was not going to solve anything. I could not bring my father back. But what I was going to do was make a great effort to make sure that he did not die in vain, to know that I was smart enough to walk away from a scumbag life that he was fooled by, and I was not going to drink the same fucking Kool-Aid. And the thing that gets me the most, to tell you the truth, is if I want to go out and fucking rob people and make money, or sell dope and make money, I'm not fucking kicking no money up to some fucking old man. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
So if you're going to be a thief, then there's going to be no honor amongst thieves. I'm not giving my money to anybody. So, but to have your best friend killed, that's what showed me that I could not be a part of that life. And I had to end it in my way. And that's what I had to do, Mike.
I don't know all the details, but I've had a lot of people tell me that John Jr. Did an FBI 302, so he technically, by definition, is also a rat. It's like when you have a family saying rat this, rat that, and then they rewrite the rule book, so saying, well, kind of ratting is not ratting. You can't, look.
Let me just say this. Wait, Mike, let me just say this, okay? If you ever get the chance to speak to John Jr., okay? If you ever do get the chance.
I won't.
Ask him this, I know, but just, John would never ever have his sons anywhere near that life. And I know that 1,000%. So if you're not going to have your sons anywhere near that life, then, I would speak out a little bit more if I have a platform. Now, that being said, I get his beef with John A. You got to understand something. If somebody, let's just say I'm John, and someone takes a stand against me 3 separate times, I think I'm going to be a little pissed at that guy. I'm not saying anybody's right or who's wrong. All I'm saying is that I wish they could squash this fucking beef and get on with it already.
Right.
They don't have nothing to do with the life anymore, supposedly. So.
Well, and that's where it's never gonna. In that situation.
And that's not my. It's not my. I ain't got no skin in the game.
That's never gonna happen, unfortunately, because and again, I'm not blaming one side over the other, but I'm just saying the Gaudis have branded their name, and with John A. telling his story, which he is entitled to, unfortunately his story involves John Gotti Jr., and they don't want John A. to tell his story because what it does do, it hurts their brand.
That's not fair.
It hurts their brand, so they want to shut A. down, and by doing that, any journalist that interviews John A. they attack and try to discredit, and that is what they have done.
Wait. John A. wrote his book with Anastasia, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, isn't he a very well fucking respected fucking author?
Well, not according to the Gaudis. According to the Gaudis, Anastasia's not.
At that level, I'm going to have to disagree with them because he's a very well respected fucking author, and everything that man has written is gold. So,
right.
On that level, I'll disagree with that.
Right. Well, absolutely. I mean, he was a award-winning journalist for the Philadelphia Inquirer. You know, do you think your dad would have been a Donald Trump fan? I'm always curious. I mean, obviously, I'm a political journalist.
My father was for the working man. Okay.
Well, and two, you know what's interesting is that they are prosecuting him like a mobster. They are basically taking underlings of his. They're squeezing them to get them to try to flip on Donald Trump, and that's basically with this Mueller.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know.
You know what? I think he definitely would have been a Trump supporter without a doubt, and I don't even think it would have even been an issue about this bullshit about the Russian probe and nonsense. Right. I think my dad definitely would have been a supporter of him. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, what I like about Trump, he tells you like it is. He doesn't hold back. He doesn't talk like an attorney. He talks like a blue collar guy, you know. And that's what I like about him. What are your personal thoughts? Like, what do you think about him?
So far, I don't know. Like, I don't get the whole Twitter shit. You know, I just wish that he would stay off Twitter. I mean, if I was president, I don't think I'd be on Twitter.
Right.
But if that's the only way to defend myself, that would probably be the first place I would go. And I think he's really smart because this day and age, he took hold of social media. And, you know, I can't fault the guy for being smarter than everybody else. I think he's doing a great job. The economy's doing phenomenal. I don't buy into this whole Russian bullshit. I think it's nonsense. Going after his kids, I think, is disgusting. I think there's a whole laundry list of shit I don't like what's going on, to be honest with you.
Well, the reason why he does use Twitter, which I think is very ingenious, is the fact that the mainstream media, by and large, is against Trump. They're biased against him. So they're perpetuating this Russian thing. So his thing is, if I can't trust to take my message to them, I'm going to bypass them, and I'm going to take my message directly to the people. And that's kind of what he's doing with the Twitter thing. And I think it's really caught the establishment off guard because they've never dealt with a guy like this before.
Why don't we hear about Donna Brazil anymore? Why don't we hear about fucking Loretta Lynch? Why don't we hear about that shit anymore?
Right.
We don't hear about that shit.
No. Or the Clinton Foundation with all their ties to Russians, right. With the Russian.
No, but I gotta go listen to Go Fuck 'em Chuck and old lady Pelosi talk for 13 hours.
Right. Or Maxine Waters trying to stir up race riots. Right. Yeah, no, that's straight up. Man, Billy, I really appreciate it, buddy.
Oh, it's my pleasure, pal. And you hit me up anytime.
Cool.
All right. Listen, peace to everybody, all right?
Yes, sir. You too, man. God bless. All right.
All right. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.